Deku Tree. I'm back!
Oh, Navi, thou hast returned. Joe, welcome. Listen carefully to what I, the Deku Tree, am about to tell thee. Thy slumber these past moons must have been restless and full of nightmares. As the servants of evil gain strength, a vile climate pervades the land and causes nightmares to those sensitive to it. Verily, thou hast felt it. Joe, the time has come to test thy courage. I have been cursed. I need thee to break the curse with thy wisdom and courage. Dost thou have the courage enough to undertake this task?
Yes.
Then enter brave Joe, and thou too, Navi. Navi the fairy, thou must aid Joe. And Joe, when Navi speaks, use the button to listen well to her words of wisdom.
And inward we go to take on the very first dungeon of this Master Quest run. Hey everybody, it is Mage Captain Gilshakes, and welcome to my brand new project. This is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Master Quest 3D Dungeon Run. Doesn't that name just roll right off the tongue? Jeez. So I'm going to stand here for a couple seconds just so I can explain what this is. So this is a dungeon run of the Master Quest expansion for Ocarina of Time 3D. As a lot of you guys know, Ocarina of Time is probably the most well-known Zelda game of all time. They re-released it in 2011 for the 3DS, which is the version that I'm playing for you today. And on top of that, they also included the Master Quest expansion, which is essentially Nintendo's official ROM hack. So I'm going to be playing that. But rather than doing a full-on Let's Play of it, what I decided to do was to condense it into a dungeon run. So each week, on every Saturday, there's going to be a new dungeon added to the quest here. So we're going to start things off with the Deku Tree. As such, the first thing you're going to want to do is come up this ladder, because you'll notice that things are a little different. Now, this is the first dungeon, so it's not going to be all that hard relative to, you know, the later dungeons. But this game is hard, including this first dungeon. For example, as soon as you get over here, you're going to have a Keese. Now, that Keese, if that had hit me, that would have taken a whole heart of damage. Yes, they pretty much went classic NES Zelda on your ass in this, because every enemy effectively does a full heart of damage, if not more. So with that said, I want to go to my start menu. I should have done this before I started recording, but I'm an asshole and I forgot. Alright, so that's takes care of that. So I went to the switch mode. We're going to open our chest now, and as soon as we do, another little baby Goma egg is going to fall on our heads and hatch. So there you go. I don't know how you avoid that. I love how you could actually see the Skulltula through the box for a second there if you want to go back in the video and look. It was really cool. Look. Oh, you can still... Whoa! Okay, so much for... Nope. Okay. Alright. Stop freaking out. Oh my god, okay, that actually kind of scared me because you don't realize how easily you can die in this version of the game. Like, before you even realize it, especially because whenever I record 3DS footage, I can't actually hear the game audio because I have to get audio splitters in order for that to work. So, what are my terms for this run? Well, I do plan on 100%ing the dungeons, although that might not necessarily include maps and compasses. But as far as items go and Skulltulas, I do plan on doing that. However, there's going to be at least one, if not more, Skulltula that I can't obtain in this Deku Tree run. So what I'm going to do is revisit this dungeon in a later episode once we have whatever we need to take care of all that. So with that said, we have Deku Sticks now, which I didn't even equip yet, but I guess we'll just do that later. I want to get rid of this guy because I really don't want to take damage from him. There should be, yeah, there's another Keese right over there. Yeah, do you see that? They try to trip you up with that in this game. It would have been amazing if we lit the Keese on fire. Unfortunately, that is not the case, so you just want to keep your shield up. See, look at that. Look at that bastard. I can't even hit him, though, because I don't have that certain item yet that you all know what I'm talking about, but we're going to get it soon. So I want to go through the door that Navi had to explain to us how to open. And look at all the little baby Goma eggs. This is going to be a serious pain in the ass. First things first, I'm going to equip my Deku Stick, so I like putting them to the X button there. We're going to light this torch. You don't really get anything good for it, but just for completion's sake, I feel like doing it. So you get a little chest up there. Now, what I like to do is usually just kill all these eggs before they even hatch. So this one's going to drop down from the ceiling. I'd really love to take care of that, and it hatched. Say that, bitch! I don't know what it is with Nintendo and eyes, but they really love having you go after things' eyes. I mean, I guess that from a gaming standpoint, there's a certain appeal of just, like, hitting an enemy right in the big eye like that. It's kind of like a big target sign. But I don't know, for whatever reason, they always seem to do that, especially with Zelda games. There's always a big eye monster. So that takes care of that. I want to get this heart. Oh my god, I didn't realize you hatched already. Well, screw you. I'll just leave you down there. So there's that one. See, what sucks is that when they fall, they already hatch. So if you don't have a certain projectile weapon, which we will be getting soon, it makes it a lot harder to go after those enemies. So I'm going to roll out of the way here. Okay. Now, one jump attack usually takes care of that. These enemies are pretty much the same as they were in the original game. The main difference is that they're going to take away an entire heart, so you really have to be careful, especially early on when you only have 3. As this game goes on, the challenge is going to be more so associated with puzzles rather than, you know, difficulty in staying alive. But nevertheless, it's something you still always have to watch out for, especially when you can't actually hear your health. You don't realize how annoying it is when you're targeting an enemy and you don't make it across the thingy there. But no, I was going to say, you don't realize how that really annoying little beep actually helps you out in the long run when you're trying to stay alive and you can't even hear the damn thing anymore. Now, where did that thing come from? Unfortunately, I am going to have to kill it, but I would like to get across here first, so we're going to take care of that. BAM! Did I just, like, slash it and it came out of the egg? You're not supposed to be able to do that. Well, we got our first Deku Nuts now. I would explain what these are, but this run is intended more so for people who are familiar with the game. For anyone who's not familiar with the game, I would like you to point you in the direction of Fiery Red Hero 8, who recently completed Ocarina of Time, and she did a full-on run of it, so she explains pretty much everything that needs to be explained for anyone who might not know the game, so I highly recommend you go and check that out. In general, I'd recommend you go and check that out, even if you do know the game. So, this is sort of like the other half to that, because both she and I came up with the idea to do this game, but I didn't want us both to do it at the same time, because we do have sort of like an overlapping subscriber base. So I figured to give you guys a break, not to have both games, you know, rather the same game going on both channels at the same time. But even after she finished, I was thinking, you know, it's still a little repetitive considering she did it very recently, so I thought this would be a cool way to spice things up a bit. So with that said, we made our big chest appear by simply killing all the big, small Goma monster thingies. I don't even know. Gomamon. Digivolve to... No. Okay, so let's just hop across this thing here now. And let's get this weapon that I've been hinting at for a very long time now that I would like to pick up. That would be friggin' awesome if we can do that. So in this chest, we have the slingshot, the fairy slingshot. We're going to equip it with the Y button, and we're going to kick some serious ass like as if we're a 10-year-old kid. Okay, with that said, equip it to the Y button, and good. So now we're going to go back into the main room. We're actually already almost done with the dungeon, as is the case with the original game. Oh, well, and now we have the ammunition for the slingshot. We have Deku Seeds. So it kind of begs the question, why does the interior of a tree have such interesting architecture? That's something I've always kind of wondered. But nevertheless, that takes care of that. We got more Deku Sticks, which we can use. You want to jump straight from here and... Ah! Alrighty then, so that takes care of that. We're going to try not to get hit by any of these Deku Babas. One of them is a Deku Baba, and the other one's something else. It's a different kind of a Baba, I guess, for lack of a better word. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm not good with names. You know that already. If you've ever watched any of my Let's Plays, you know that I'm not good with names. Especially, like, enemy names. That's something I'm never familiar with. Alright, so that takes care of that. Okay, we got our heart. What you want to do is light a Deku Stick here. And now in the original game, there was actually a Skulltula over there. There isn't one here. I do want to get all the ones that I am aware of for the time being. We're going to light this stick here and light this spiderweb. Because, as is the case with any Zelda game, whenever you see spiderwebs, you light it on fire. Because, much like Luigi, that we discovered in the last Let's Play, Link is sort of a sadist in that sense. I mean, he's stabbing eyes, he's lighting spider webs on fire. He's a crazy bastard. I don't know what else to tell you. Now that takes care of that, we're going to use our newfound slingshot. We're going to shoot yet another eye! Except this time it's inanimate, so I guess it doesn't really matter that much. Good job, Nintendo. So we're going to open the door now. If Navi will be so kind as to let me do it. This room is hard, so you want to be really careful in this room. So first things first, I prefer using the slingshot to get rid of that guy, because you're going to have all this crap to contend with. And I'm targeting the wrong... That's not what I'm trying to target, damn it! Okay, this is not good. Okay? Okay, this is not how I wanted to handle this. Okay, yesterday I handled this room like a champ. The idea is what you want to do is shoot everything from afar with the slingshot. That way you don't even have to deal with these encounters. Because 3 hits and you're dead. You want to be really careful. I've actually died in this dungeon, the Master Quest version, so many times already. Just in anticipation for this event. So you really want to be careful with that there. Although if this could be my first no-death run, that would be fantastic. So you'll notice, we still can't open this door. There are no inanimate eyeballs to shoot. So what exactly can you do? Well, there are 2 torches, but there is no lit torch in this room. This is one of the parts of the game where Nintendo decided to troll its players. And like I said, this is an official ROM hack. What are ROM hacks known for? Really ridiculous maneuvers and crazy game mechanics. Yes, you actually have to light a torch from one room and then go into the other room. I don't think you've ever had to do that in another Zelda game, but you do have to do it here. So when you do that, you're gonna light these torches, and you pretty much know what's coming next. Alrighty then, so that takes care of that. Of course, you always want to swing your sword out, so you can just put out the Deku sticks. You could just stand still for a few seconds and hit A, but it takes a little longer to do that. Oh, that was so necessary to put that in a treasure chest. Thank you, Nintendo. So first things first, this is another challenging room. I want to get rid of the little Goma egg up there because, yes, even here, there's so many of them. So that takes care of that. Now, you want to time this so that the little pathway, or I don't know what I call it, a little platform, I should say, comes right near you. Oh my god, I almost messed that up. Crazy, isn't it? In the original game, there was a little switch you would step on in order to take care of that. But in this game, it's a little more complicated than that. So that's pretty much how you get that room to light up. Now, this guy you can't actually take care of from here, so you just want to target him real quick and use your slingshot. I didn't even get a chance to explain what I was doing because it happened so fast. But yes, there's no switch at the bottom of the water there, so you basically have to take out your stick, and then when you hit the shield button, it crouches you, kind of like when you're using a certain sword that we're going to get later on. And that's how you get through that, but of course you have to make sure you have a lit torch. Now, these blue switches, that you're going to see more of them. As soon as you step off of them, the torch is going to go unlit again, so you need to do it really fast. This is another room where you really want to be careful with what you're doing here. Okay. Takes care of that guy. Now, this is what I was trying to do in that first room. I was trying to not make a total ass out of myself, but sometimes that's not always feasible. You're going to use a lot of slingshot bullets, and seeing as how I'm using the gyroscope aiming, like, I'm twisting my 3DS at all weird kinds of angles right now. With that said, though, is that all of them? Now, the door's supposed to open when I do that. Evidently it didn't, so there's more of them. Where are they? I'm like freaking Batman. Where are they? Okay, that's weird. Oh, you know what? I bet there are keys in here somewhere. Yeah, there's a freaking keys. I see it. I saw it. Where'd it go? What the hell is that on the wall? Okay, so this little keys is what was causing me all that trouble. So, is that it? There you go. Now I open the damn door. These keys are gonna hide. And they are going to take away a whole heart of damage, so you do have to worry about them if you want to, you know, survive in this very difficult temple. With that said, though, we've got a skull shell up there that we cannot get yet, so that's why I want to come back for it later. In the meantime, we have 4 more keys over here because I just love wasting slingshot ammo on these little bastards. And if I walk up to them, I'm probably going to take hits. So let's go and fix that right here. Yeah, okay, I don't think I missed anything. It's a very strange looking room we've got here, but I think that the tombstones are kind of just meant to distract you from what you're really supposed to do. So, good thing the camera actually does point you in the right direction. You want to come down here, and you want to avoid the Deku Baba and set this one on fire as well. So that takes care of that, which is awesome. Yeah! So cool. So ghoul? I meant to say so cool and so good at the same time. So ghoul! I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. So when you crawl through here, what have we got? We've got more Deku Babas. We got a giant one. We've got a greedy capitalist Deku Baba over here. He's going to try to sell you some. He's like the car salesman of these games. He shows up a lot in Majora's Mask. You guys should check out that Let's Play as well. I'm sorry for like the self-promotion here, but I've noticed that a lot of you have been taking interest in my older Let's Plays, so I figure I might as well make it easier to actually do that. In the meantime, though, we're going to push this. Actually, I don't trust myself to do that before I take care of this guy. So let's try using the slingshot. That might help. Just stun him a little bit. Oh my god. Not good! Not good! Not good! Holy shit. Okay. That scared the living shit out of me. I'm really trying to go for a no-death run. So let's please see if there are any hearts in here. Okay, good. Excellent. That made me really nervous. Alright, so this is the last puzzle of the dungeon. Now, this is very similar to what it was in the first game. It's actually arguably identical. Now, one thing you might also notice is that this, I should have mentioned this a while back, but the game is actually mirrored in the Master Quest version. For whatever reason, they flipped it. They pulled like a wee Twilight Princess kind of a situation on you, and they flipped it. I'm not really sure why, but that is what they did. So you come over here, as always, you light this stick on fire. You want to make sure you don't fall into the water because fire and water don't mix very well. You want to make sure you climb because there have been times when you just hit A right away and then he won't climb with the Deku stick. He'll just like fall without it. It's weird. Alright, so, down here, we didn't get that same clue that we would have gotten in the original game, but through trial and error, seeing as how there aren't that many combinations, you'll eventually discover that the right order for this is 3, 1, 2. So with that said, let us go after them in that said order. Come on, Biznatch! Now, unfortunately, this... What? 3, 1... Oh, I'm sorry, I mixed... My imaginary dyslexia got the best of me there. It's actually not 3, 1, 2. It's actually 1, 3, 2. There you go. Like I said, though, if you actually don't know what the combination is, you'll eventually get it right if you pay attention to the ones you're trying. So with that said, 1, 3, 2. Okay, well, at least I got the last number right. There you go, you bastard. Alright, so that takes care of that.
In order to administer the coup de grace for Queen Groma, strike with your sword while she's stunned. Queenie! Sorry about that!
Why do I give everyone the most obnoxiously annoying cartoon voices? I don't know. Fiery thinks I should go into voice acting. I actually did, you know, when I was a little kid, I did want to go into voice acting. Actually, even in high school, I actually wanted to work for Funimation because I used to love those guys. I still do. I don't necessarily have the credentials for voice acting, though. My friend Austin did, or does, I should say. He actually went to the American Musical and Dramatic Academy of New York. Pretty cool stuff. I don't know why I'm getting into side topics now as we're, like, about to fight the boss. So as you can see, we've got some strange-looking thing crawling on the ceiling, and I just love walking around the room. Like, do-do-do-do-do, where's the boss? I have no idea. I have no ideas on the ceiling. It's just fun that way. But, of course, as always, we have to trigger it by looking at the bastard. We are fighting the parasitic armored arachnid Goma. Okay, whoa, whoa! Don't just start doing things without targeting, boy. What are you doing? So as always, you want to take out your slingshot. Now, they didn't actually change this boss all that much. It's actually pretty much identical to how it was in Ocarina of Time. I suppose it takes more hits, and she probably does more hits to you. I wish I would have gotten in more jump shots, but it's all fine and good. So, of course, she's going to crawl up there like a little bitch that she is, and she's going to shit out her eggs, and you have to go after the eggs, because it's really going to suck if you don't do that. So, she's going to poop them out now. I'm just waiting for them to show up on the ground here. There you go. Alright, that takes care of that, and she's gonna fall right back down. Come on, show me your eye! Let's do it. Alrighty then, and jump attack, and jump attack, and jump attack. Why is that last one always missing? That's what happened to me last time, too. Usually I can finish this in 2 rounds. Of course, I gotta take longer here. Okay, this is only 16 minutes. Wow, I thought this was going on longer. I don't know why. I thought I was already at the, Can I hit her from here? Her eye... Wow! I didn't know I could do that! I was not expecting... Well, that is awesome. I had no idea you can do that. I just totally found that out. That is cool. Alright, well, on that unexpected note, we finished off the first boss of the first dungeon of Ocarina of Time Master Quest 3D. A lot of people are intimidated by this game, and I'm going to let you know something on a little secret. I've never actually beaten this game. So, nothing you're going to see here is blind, but at the same time, I'm going to be doing it for the first time shortly before recording these videos. So we got our first heart container. I am going to try to 100% the game, at least to some extent. Maybe not the Skulltulas, but I want to have a good amount of equipment to sort of show you guys what you should have as you go into these dungeons. So of course, I am going to show the outro cutscene because I do plan on showing the intro cutscene. I just have to splice that in there. So as always, we are being teleported away. When you come down here... I don't know why I'm still explaining it. I'm explaining what's happening in a cutscene.
Well done, Joe. Thou hast verily demonstrated thy courage. I knew that thou wouldst be able to carry out my wishes. Now, I have yet more to tell thee. Wouldst thou listen?
Yes?
Now, listen carefully. A wicked man of the desert cast this dreadful curse upon me. This evil man ceaselessly uses his vile, sorcerous powers in his search for the sacred realm that is connected to Hyrule. For it is in that sacred realm that one will find the divine relic, the Triforce, which contains the essence of the gods. Before time began, before spirits and life existed, 3 golden goddesses descended upon the chaos that was Hyrule. Din, the goddess of power. Nehru, the goddess of wisdom. Furore, the goddess of courage. Din. With her strong flaming arms, she cultivated the land and created the Red Earth. Nehru poured her wisdom onto the earth and gave the spirit of law to the world.
So apparently she's the physics god, and the first one was the chemistry god. I'm assuming we've got the biology god just coming up.
Furore, with her rich soil, produced all life forms which would uphold the law. The 3 great goddesses, their labors completed, departed for the heavens. And golden sacred triangles remained at the point where the goddesses left the world. Since then, the sacred triangles have become something, and the resting place of the triangles has become the sacred realm. Thou must never allow the desert man in black armor to lay his hands on the sacred Triforce. Thou must never suffer that man with his evil heart to enter the sacred realm of legend. That evil man who cast the death curse upon me and sapped my power. Because of that curse, my end is nigh. Through your valiant efforts to break the curse were successful. I was doomed before you started. Yes, I will pass away soon, but do not grieve for me. I have been able to tell you of these important matters. This is Hyrule's final hope. Joe, go now to Hyrule Castle. There thou wilt surely meet the Princess of Destiny. Take the stone with thee, the stone that man wanted so much that he cast the curse upon me.
And with that, we have the first spiritual stone of 3. We now have the spiritual stone of the Kokiri. Or rather, I think it is the Kokiri Emerald, to call it for short. I don't know. We've got it now, and unfortunately, something is about to happen to the Deku Tree that we are all well aware of.
The future depends upon thee, Joe. Thou art courageous. Navi the Fairy, help Joe to carry out my will. I entreat ye. Navi, goodbye.
And to that, we wish the Deku Tree farewell.
Let's go to Hyrule Castle, Joe! Apparently I'm Navi, but I'm the same voice as Tattle! Goodbye, great Deku Tree!
Now, on that note, thank you guys for watching. In the next episode of Ocarina of Time Master Quest 3D, we are going to be taking on the next dungeon for the next spiritual stone. See you guys next Saturday!